Welcome everybody to our panel discussion on news media and its coverage of social justice movements.
Kwame Rose is a writer, artist, and social activist who rose to prominence after holding mainstream media accountable during the Baltimore uprising.
In Ferguson, CNN reporters were getting shot by the same rubber bullets that the protesters were getting shot with, but they would only go on camera and report that they were being pepper sprayed. They wouldn't report the full details and full accounts of what was actually happening. And in a large part, what that does, that type of journalism, it kind of discredits the stories and narratives of the actual people who were there and who lived to tell their stories. When you look at the fact that black violence against black bodies in this country and in society has become desensitized to us all.
Mark Puente is an investigative reporter for the Baltimore Sun who has been nominated 3 times for a Pulitzer Prize. Before joining the Sun, Puente worked at the Tampa Bay Times and the Cleveland Plain-Dealer.
I told people every day, I cannot believe this city has a corrupted and rights. No matter who I talk to, whether they're guys on the corner or whether former congressmen who just despise the police. So when this violence happened after Freddie Gray's death, I was not the least bit surprised at all. I'm looking for deep, narrative, long-form investigations.
Kenneth Burns graduated from Towson University this past December with a degree in political science. He has been with WYPR in Baltimore for the past 3 years, currently covering urban issues that affect the Baltimore metro area in addition to Baltimore city politics.
An entire industry that hasn't really paid that much attention to issues involving people of color, particularly on the commercial side. To cover a movement that doesn't want you around, that's still the $50 million question.
Dr. Jared A. Ball is a father and a husband. After that, he is a multimedia host, producer, journalist, and educator. Ball is also a founder of Mixtape Radio and Mixtape Journalism, about which he wrote I Mix What I Like, a mixtape manifesto.
But looking at it as, I think is much more appropriate, as an extension of Western imperialism, as a settler colonial state that involves white supremacy and capitalism and patriarchy. Media narrative changed immediately from questions about Freddie Gray and police violence in Ferguson and New York and Eric Gardner and all these other incidents to a question of thugs and hooligans responding in the street. And can we be peaceful and bringing out appropriate leadership to tell everybody in the street to be peaceful and calm down and we're not thugs, and arguing with CNN and MSNBC, we're not thugs, we're not thugs.
I also want to thank everybody in the audience for coming out. I hope this is going to be a lively and robust discussion. And I also want to thank the Towson chapter of the Society of Professional Journalists, which also helped put this event together, and they're sitting in the back there.